What's up, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 fans? We currently are just approaching an interview with Eyes on You scope player Augur with your host ESLTV Tsev. It's going to be great information for you guys coming through in this next half an hour with us here on ESLTV. Welcome, Eyes on You Augur, one of the best scopes currently in the European Call of Duty Black Ops 2 scene.
Hello everyone.
Hi. Just so you know, we're going to be currently talking about a few maps in the next half an hour, and I'm going to be asking him about differences between COD4 scoping and Black Ops 2 scoping, and a few different other very interesting information that you can get out of this half an hour now coming up. Right off the top, let's start off with talking about the match you guys played yesterday. I was watching the match in the Go4 Cup you guys played. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, I don't want to say a lot of it because, well, yeah, they played very good on the map.
Yep.
And we didn't really know how to handle them. They played different game than other players or clans.
Okay, Leisure definitely came out pretty strong then.
Yes, we didn't expect it, to be honest. We really underestimated them.
Okay. That definitely can happen though in some levels of play. So next time you'll probably come back and you'll learn out of your mistakes.
Well, my opinion is good that we lost, but I mean you can't always win, and then you think like, well, we are the gods now. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Maybe it's also something that will give you guys a push for the next round against them in the next cup,
right?
Where they have another chance to beat them on. I guess it was Standoff last night.
Yes.
So let's directly go into the question, like I announced, of COD4 versus Black Ops 2. Some people that are viewing maybe don't know that you've played COD4 as a scope for SK. How about you talk a little bit with me about that, the differences in scoping between COD4 and Black Ops 2?
There's definitely a difference. I mean, everyone who picked the scope in COD4 and now in Black Ops 2 feels that it's different. There's another FUV. And you also have other scopes, and really feels not the same, even if the sensitivity of the games is the same.
Okay.
Same thing with Call of Duty 2 or 1. Not always the same, it's always a bit different.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems to me the movement of a scope player in COD4, you also see it from replays and from frag movies, is a little bit. It's definitely faster than in Black Ops 2. In my opinion, the movement also, when you're in the scope and when you're approaching some lines of sight, is definitely faster than in Black Ops 2, up until now, of what I've seen.
But there's a difference, you know, you have two scopes, the DSR and another one, I don't know the name, because the DSR is a bit slower. We will, while you're going into...
While you go into line of sight, yeah.
Yeah, but the other scope doesn't make that much damage.
Okay. But so which one do you then prefer over
Well, I prefer the DSR, the slow scoping one, because it makes really more damage, because sometimes with the other scope you have only half, you know. Just hit him,
which is annoying.
Get him down,
obviously, if you have
really annoying.
If you only have one shot in some situations and you just tag them, it's definitely very annoying. I've had situations like that too, even though I'm not a scope player. But yeah,
and that's directly to move to the second question, because I wanted to say, wait,
yeah, what I was going to ask you about in comparison with your scoping is
the quick scoping part. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna just about to pronounce
honestly, that. I wasn't thinking about quick scoping, just people from Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 told me, hey, do you quick scope and stuff. It was like a new word for me, because mostly in Ws or official wars, you don't really have to quick scope, only in very few situations. Mostly you have to do this hard scope thing, looking an A cross, a B cross, whatever, waiting for an enemy who's approaching. So mostly you need these hard scopes and this wish, how to say, quick scopes in the hard scope. It's hard to tell.
I think the quick scope, this whole quick scoping and pronunciation and the the hype about it definitely came not from the professional scene. In my opinion, it came a lot from the montages that people made on public frag movies.
Something new for me to hear something like quickscope. I
Yeah.
was like, what's this?
Yeah, well, coming on to the next question, maybe it does relate to this, is about your mouse sensitivity. I know a lot of players in other games, if they play scope, they play with a pretty low sense. Do you play with a low sense or do you play with a high sense?
I would say it's a low sense. Well, there are even players playing with lots of lower sense than I do.
Yeah.
But I can tell it's like, if I'm not in the zoom, it's like 45 centimeters for 360 degree.
Okay. That's pretty low.
Yeah, if I'm aiming, it's like, I don't know, like 19 degrees.
Yep, okay. Well, the sensitivity is different when you're downside, that's true.
Yes.
So, yeah, for me, I mean, it's interesting now for me. How much DPI does your mouse have? I mean, can you tell us a little bit about that? Which mouse you play?
I was playing with the Logitech series all over the place. I mean, with the MX 510, 515,
Okay, yeah.
and then the G5 and so on.
Yeah.
And it was always the sweet spot. So
Yeah.
the sweet spot was 800 DPI.
Okay.
But now I switched to another mouse. I was playing Quake a lot, and I wanted to have the perfect sensor. So now I'm playing with the Zoe AM, and the sweet spot is at 1150.
Okay, so you played
That's
with 1150 DPI.
Yes.
And you play with a do you set your sense outside of the game, or do you set it in game? Because
well,
we all know
I
in Black
put
Ops
the
2.
Windows options.
Yeah.
5 or I think it's 11
Okay.
bars.
Yeah.
And the acceleration of the pointer is out.
Yeah.
Didn't put it on. Some people like it. If you have this acceleration, I dislike it pretty much.
Yeah. I've heard that too. When I started playing Black Ops 2, people in the forums of ESL and different communities were definitely saying, "Oh my God, you need to turn off the mouse acceleration. It's gonna mess up your game totally."
Yeah, right. You know, Kazan from my team is my neighbor, and I was playing on his PC, and I thought, "What the fuck? How are you playing with this acceleration?" And he was, and he didn't even knew there's an acceleration in Windows.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I put it off, and now he tells me, "Hey, thanks, man. It's way better."
That's nice to hear. Well, let's go into the game and start off. It looks like we are gonna start off with Standoff here. I have casted Standoff in the last week probably about 5 times. Gets played a lot in the cups and in PCVs. How about we start this map now and get into talking about the spots of sight for you. Can you say something right off the bat about this map in regards to scoping?
I think in this map the scope is important, very important, because if there's not a smoke on the street, you really can pick a lot. I mean, if they are staying on the stage here, sometimes you can go out.
Statue area, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and watch the tank. Sometimes you can go to the little room on B spot and switch between these two spots, the scope house and the little room.
In the defense side of this map, that's definitely true. What about the offensive side? How important is the smoke, which obviously then gets played by your team?
Yes.
For you.
I think on both sides it's very essential to have a scope. I mean, you have to. What's my mouth? Anyway, I mean, the street is so important. You have often players standing behind the box, approaching through this garden on the B spot. Trying to go to this L or whatever you call it, the statue area.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you have to decide. I mean, the defense scoper is mostly the first one on the spot, watching this building.
Yeah.
So sometimes
you see that a lot. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good if you go here, try to pick him out, but mostly it's, well, I would say not the best idea. There are lots of positions, like looking for the A rushes. Jump on this spot, on the van, or stand somewhere here and just call if someone is,
rushing
behind
through
the
into that A boxes back there.
Right.
Yeah, definitely Very interesting.
Also, it's interesting to see if the enemy team is doing this block nades right here. If they don't, you can just jump here.
And take out that player up there directly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
maybe a better decision. You can go for the jump shot.
Yeah, sometimes we even try to... I just called someone, hey, destroy this car from me. So he sprays it down, it's exploding, and I can go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's also good to be a little bit more offensive. Go here, because you can see this area.
Okay.
Also the box and the window and the big garden. Then you have some sick position here on the box. Like this.
I've seen a lot of.
I
I've seen.
call this Henrik posy because Henrik is often there.
Yeah, that position. I've seen getting played a lot because you have actually the cover from the right side is pretty good because you can lean into that opening, and
Yes.
you can see the whole statue area and see if those A rushes are gonna go down or not.
Yeah, but I mean it almost always depends on the opponent. Some players are very aggressive, pushing to this I don't know this name.
Okay.
And, are just hiding here,
Yeah.
looking like this. Sometimes looking out so you can pick them. Another interesting position might be the B house, because as I said, you can't always go into these windows and look to the street or to the scoper. You will probably get picked. So another idea is to go down the building, watch for rushes right here, or scope this area, even that area. That's the position I will come later on.
And so,
yeah.
if you play this map off the top, is there a certain way that you always move in the beginning of this map on offensive side? Do you always check?
I just can talk for my team. I don't know how others are doing. Mostly it's like you want to see how the opponent is playing. So, like going here, just looking, are they going to rush? What will they do?
Okay, so the question that you ask yourself in the beginning of the round is not so much the frag, it's how do the people play this A-bomb spot.
If I see they are not very strong on it or very defensively, then you can go for nades and tactics like this.
Yeah.
Well, I don't always go the same position, but as I said, you have to switch between the spots, I think. The B house and the scope house.
Okay, great. How about we switch over to the offensive side, defensive side, excuse me, and we can take it off of there because we are on a tight schedule now.
As I said in the beginning, you're the first one with the scope who's looking the street, and the other scope house, so you can always go for a frag. Either like this, or sometimes you want to play a offensive style on B to get this very building.
I think though in this position, if you go out, if you go out onto the roof here of this spawn house, you are pretty open to those players that are in the L and on B.
Yeah, but you know they are mostly smoking the street, and there's always at least one of your team who's nading the L. So they won't often rush there because they know they can get picked from an A and AK. I mean from here. Or from a scope from here.
Yep.
So I don't see that very often, to be honest.
So this is definitely the position I've seen also when I was casting you in the last matches, which you play then on the defensive side.
I mean, this building is so important. If you have players on B that call in B rush, you can just go here, look it. If someone says he's in the B house, you can look here, and so on and so on.
Definitely.
Other nice positions are like these, because you're almost not seen here.
Yeah.
So you can just wait for a rusher going down or up. Another lane position is if they really do a hard A push, you can go like this.
Very interesting position right there. Haven't seen that one yet before.
Well, yes, sometimes I go just into this building. I don't have a name in English for that. We call it döner.
Let's just call it kebab.
Yeah, like the kebab. Watch a little bit of these, or even that. also interesting.
But it seems to me, watching you now talking about this map, is that you, on both sides, you don't go very offensive with the scope. You know, you keep yourself in like in a very close range of movement when you play the scope on this map.
Right. And it also depends if someone from us dropped on the B side or whatever, so you have to move the other spot.
Okay.
I mean, without your teammates, you can't just go from here to here and back.
Well, great. How about we switch over to another map that we wanted to look at today with you guys is Yemen. Totally different map, in my opinion, in comparison to Standoff.
Yes, Standoff, for me it's like old Call of Duty 2 maps, you know?
Yeah.
If you have two really strong teams, it's mostly a tie.
Yeah. The map definitely gets played really. You see really fast pushes. You also see very defensive pushes. That's what I really like about this map, about the Standoff map, is that you can say, hey, you know, you don't really know how this team is going to play if you haven't seen them play the map before. Definitely one of my favorite maps up until now in this game.
So let's go for Yemen.
Also, really nice map in my opinion. It's actually Standoff and Yemen are my favorite maps.
Same here.
Because I just like the look of Yemen a lot. It looks really great for me. That's why yesterday I
love this map Yemen because there are even more ways to go.
With
more, yeah.
Definitely. I
so
think
much positions.
I've seen this map also been played a few times, and I think the scope can really change the outcome of the map, the score on this map. It can be very strong.
Let's start on the attack side.
Yep.
Here you have long A. You can always rush in if the enemy doesn't have a nade. So he has to smoke very defensive from there. This spot, so you're almost every time safe if you go here. And you can call everyone who's rushing behind the stage area or from the A spot. This very building.
So the timing on that position is definitely in favor of the offensive team.
Totally. You know, this catwalk here is very interesting. You can see if they are behind this rock, trying to pick someone.
Okay.
If you go forward here, you have to be very careful. The walls in Black Ops 2 are like paper.
Yeah,
so
we've seen that.
Steps, he can just spray you down and
you spray everywhere in this game.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, you have to be careful because most people look like this, and then they are dead because they forget this position.
Exactly. I actually, when I was playing the AN, I was in that position right there where you are right now.
Yes, Specs from Benhammer likes to go here.
From Banhammer, okay.
Yeah.
His favorite position.
Yeah, it seems like it. Well, yeah, other positions maybe for the other spots in the middle.
So that would be definitely the position you would play if you would go on that A bomb spot. How would you start the round if you would go B?
I pretty much do always the same if we go A.
Yeah.
If we go B. Beginning of Black Ops 2, it was mostly that the scope was going there, but I don't see it anymore because, I mean, there's your spawn, you're right here. You just go behind this there and wait for him. So it's very stupid. You won't see it anymore, I guess. You can try push here and look to the people who are climbing up the going to the catwalk. Or even go here, watch into the room. Most people stay somewhere behind the wall. Look sometimes out of it. And you have to be careful here because this middle building, you'll need the second one who's covering you. Otherwise you would get picked because you can't really look everywhere with the zoom.
Yeah, I think that position definitely. The nice thing about here right now where you're standing is you can guard that B bomb spot if your team pushes B in heavily, and the blue house there, what you're currently aiming at, And I think that that house there in the middle, I don't know how you guys call it, but that
For us, it's a teppich.
okay, that house is a really strong element for that B bomb spot if you're playing the defense side.
Definitely. Most people scoping really like this building. I dislike it because you have mostly someone
Up on the top there, right? Yeah, I see that a lot too.
and I don't know. You always have a disadvantage looking out, and even with a good ping, you know. Sometimes you can try to go behind this for the catwalk. Someone here. Another cool position. It's right on the stairs. Nice. You can watch the A stairs, and sometimes there's another position I will come to.
That position I've
rock.
also seen getting played a lot on the defensive side. If you jump down on the left of the balcony with a scope where you just were aiming at.
Yeah, another cool position is the stairs. You can just lay here, watch for him.
That's a great position too. Yeah, haven't seen that being played.
I don't know how other scopes are doing, but sometimes I'm really aggressive and even go like this, or watching for someone camping behind the stairs, behind the blue building.
But I think, yeah, I mean, now coming off the top, like what we've said now about this map, what you've said more about this map so far, there's much more movement in the beginning for the scope now in comparison to Standoff, because if you play B or A, your positions are totally different.
Yeah, and you really have to move fast. I mean, mostly you don't only go for B rush or an A rush. Sometimes you try to pick or do a split or something like this. So if you're going for split and someone is going down on B or the A spot, you have to move between the spots very fast. And have to think about where are my opponents crossing. Also interesting.
Definitely. Let's head over to the defensive side. You're already on your way.
As I said, sometimes you have positions like this, just waiting for the guy in the church.
Yeah.
Or moschee or whatever.
You see, you actually see players a lot there in that church spot.
Yes. And even jump from here or just go from the market, we call it market, into this rock.
This is the position we were
it.
talking about before when you were on that other position over the line of sight, what you're just looking at.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, it's very few times that I see someone going here or the main street because it's dangerous to go there and attack it. But yeah, it's nice this position because even if they rush B, you can see the B house upstairs, even downstairs.
Okay, nice.
I don't really like to go offensive on this spot because I know what I can do with the scope if I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
of course I could try things like, hey, I go up to this car and try to kill him, but it's stupid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So mostly if you want to defend the A spot, you go somewhere like here.
So you play the A spot defensively and wait until the players are on the spot to pick them off?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay.
This is a very impressive position. No one can really see you that fast, and you're just watching the catwalk, waiting for them to come short A.
Definitely, that is definitely true.
Well, if you know someone is going B, you can look like here, because this is a bug position. You can really shoot through all these positions. It's like a blind wall.
You probably can't get seen that well from the other side where you are right now.
Yeah, even if they see me, it's not a problem. Because they can shoot through it. Of course, this is a nice position.
That we see a lot. This position just gets played heaps, like every match.
See the steps, even if it's only a knee, you shoot. Maybe he's dead, maybe you can finish him.
Yeah.
But you see church. Sometimes it's cool if you go faster here and wait for the crosses on the main street, if they go there. Well, and I really never go here, so I can't tell about it. Maybe look to the A house, but
I think we've probably covered the main spots on Yemen right here. How about we switch over to the next map? Let's do the next map again, a totally different map. Let's choose Raid. If you guys are just tuning in, we're currently talking about the situation with scoping in Black Ops 2 with Eyes on You player AUGUR. We've gone through 2 maps already, and now are on our 3rd, which is going to be Raid. The difference now between Raid and Yemen is again, the middle we've been seen has been played extremely strong, and we've seen if you have the middle on this map, even if it's not with a scope, you have a great advantage on that B bomb spot.
Yeah, that's totally true. I mean, most German teams are playing like, I don't know, not Call of Duty 4, more like Call of Duty 2, very slow and not thinking about the mid, they don't even care about it. But as you said, if you have the middle, you have the map control.
Definitely.
Nade everywhere, you can switch very fast to B to A to everywhere.
Yeah, I saw a match of Terra Mine Factory versus One Love, which, by the way, you guys can watch in the video on demand section on YouTube and in our Twitch channel. There we can definitely see the outcome of that middle section of this map. So if you guys want to check that out, just click on our YouTube channel or here directly in Twitch TV in our video on demand section. But now heading into Raid, right off the bat, now you are on the offensive side. If you would play an A push, do you as a...
I just switched teams, sorry.
It looks like it, yeah. Just was wondering how can you die? I thought you had a disconnect or something. So then I guess we'll start with the defense side.
Okay, the middle area for Scoper is like playing poker. Because you can't really make a perfect nade here because it's blind walls everywhere.
Yep.
So sometimes the people fail the nades and it's just going here. Lucky for you as a Scoper, bad for the rushes of your team.
So definitely seeing a lot of team kills coming off the top then.
Probably. Yeah, it's, I don't know, sometimes they go here, but at the moment I dislike it because there are always nades here, there, everywhere. And, you know, they can just come an AK, jumping around the corner, maybe you kill him, but, well, maybe he kills you. So I wouldn't really...
So, would you prefer this mid then to be played by a scope, or, I mean, you don't proceed.
Sometimes.
You don't proceed into the mid though, do you? If you play scope on this map?
No, I don't. No, if I know we are going for the mid rush because we think we can try it because the nades are bad or whatever, then I'm trying to cover my mates. But I mostly go A or B.
So would you go for a wall bang then? There, do you just spam through that?
Always.
Through that wall.
I mean, see this corner, so and the walls, you know, they are somewhere behind this. And
definitely.
Yeah, the scalper will do the same like I do, like, you know, moving left. Wait for him or pre-fire.
Definitely should get, even if you don't get a frag, it's nice to see if you know that people are there. If you tag someone, you know.
Yep.
Definitely important then information for you if they proceed then in the B bomb spot.
Go for other positions on A. Well, sometimes you can just look through this very close pixels and look for the scoper, because I like to go just on the bloom field and watch through this very close area right to this spot. Same on defense.
You see a lot of players definitely in the position where you are right now.
Yeah.
Not always scope players, but this position for that A bomb spot is pretty known,
I mean,
though.
You can't really go straight forward as an attacker because, you know, there's water, you can't really walk through the water and run through it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
mostly they are behind this pillar or going to this jacuzzi.
Yeah, I've seen players getting stuck in the water. Then I mean, if you're in the water once, you have to stay there. You can't. Your movement is totally messed up. Then you're kind of stuck in that position and have to decide where you're gonna aim at.
Right. But to be honest, I don't really go often on A. Just if I feel they're going for an A rush or something, or say always go A.
Definitely, you can definitely say if you play the defensive side on Raid, that the scope is positioned in the correct order on B. Definitely.
Yeah. But it's a little bit like on Standoff scope. I mean, you have to switch between the spots and go where the action is.
Which you can actually do pretty fast. I mean, we just saw. I mean, you switch from this B position now. You just have to walk over the back of your spawn, and you're directly.
Right. And mostly it's safe because you have someone in this
mid area, yeah.
Mid area on the bank, or someone in front of the bank window in this corner, who's also going here if something happens in the mid. So you're mostly covered. So there are many positions on B. Like just waiting for the crosses behind the white wing going below. Moving like here, making such pixel shooting on the window.
Yep.
Jumping here, even look to the door.
It's nice to see. It's very interesting for me now. These few situations and positions that you're showing, like just now with that pixel shot on the overlook over there on B.
That's pretty nice, but I'm not sure. Sometimes you hit someone, but it's not often, let's say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just like this building. I go there if many smokes lying in front of me, but there's no escape routine. I mean, they can just wallbang here. It's
that's true, yeah.
Very small paper.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can go for a pick to the door or to the window, but then go back.
If you're in a one-on-one situation and you're up there and someone else is on the B-bomb spot, you definitely have the disadvantage in that position. That is definitely true.
I mean, you have this very loud steps, so you can imagine if he was climbing right here and going. So you can hear it if it's straight or like this.
Yeah.
Right side, he's probably going
that
into
you
the
can
window.
Definitely hear, yeah. You can't hear very much in this game, but those kind of things you can hear.
Yeah, you can actually hear very much. I don't know so much positions. The left, mostly all. Of course, on A you can go behind the bar. Defense. I think we covered almost everything. Yeah.
So we have a question from the chat right now. Someone is asking at the moment if you drop scope sometimes if it's going bad or if the map is not working for you at the situation. Or do you stick with the scope hardcore then?
No, I don't stick to it, to be honest. I mean, sometimes we play this map like Plaza. I mean, people who play Black Ops 2 know the map Plaza.
Yeah.
And on Plaza, it's a good decision if you want to rush that the ones that have the top spawns are going to pick the MSMC. So sometimes I really rush with an MSMC here. Or I even take a long weapon. I don't stick to it. I mean, if the players are going very fast to the middle or to the A spot, I can just stick to my scope.
Yeah, that's true. So you do adapt in some situations, but you're actually always staying with your scope.
Mostly it's a full scope, but in some situations or maps or whatever, I switch.
Okay.
But you know, in most times, as a scoper, when you need the weapon, there will be weapons lying on the floor because someone is dead. That's not a problem.
Yeah, so I mean, we definitely have now checked out the positions of scope on the defensive side. How about the offensive side? Do you see more movement from the scope on the offensive side, or do you actually? I mean, in my opinion, thinking about a scope now, if I think about it, even though I'm not a scope player, if you would play the B bomb spot and you would be up in that overlook on B, where you see a lot of players, actually that position, if your team pushes the B bomb spot, is pretty good if you have the bomb dropped, or isn't it? On the top left behind you. That's what I meant.
You mean if we plant it, or
if you see the push on B through, yeah, and you're sitting in the top on that position behind you, right there where you just looked at, is that a position that you would stick at, or would you switch up your position from there, because it's kind of obvious that someone probably is up in that overlook?
I mean, if you're only 2 players left, you don't know where the enemy is, then yeah, sure, I would stay there. But if I know they're pushing in the mid, would go maybe to the stairs and watch the mid. Or if I know this area is covered, then I'm going right here and watching for the guys, you know, coming from A to B.
Okay, so you do go and go for that frag then. You do go a little bit offensive.
Definitely. Or even jump to the stage. I mean, the whole area.
Okay, yeah. But that
Most
position
people
you're pretty
won't
open
make
though.
Yeah, I'm open, but you know, you have teammates and you can say like, please cover this position, or even jump into the building, go on the stairs, so you have the back area.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe another one is hiding somewhere here, or even in the building. And I don't think that in a situation where the bomb is planted and we have like 15 or 20 seconds left to defuse it as an opponent, you won't make the way all over the place. We'll go and rush the mid from maybe the A stairs or the bank and come here.
Okay.
Or here. So as I said, it depends on the situation.
But it is more the B bomb spot that you play with the scope then, or do you ever play A, or do you if
Yes.
you? Okay.
Often. Tell your way. Try to make a split round and you don't go full on B. Then go with short SMG. Enter scope. I like to smoke. So the A spot is mostly covered, and the shotgun, the MSMC can rush the mid and make some pressure there, so you have pressure on both sides.
So you smoke, you in that situation, you smoke for your teammates.
Right.
Okay.
So this would be a bit offensive, and watch this area and this area, this area. Try to pick one.
The reason why you smoke is probably because your teammates are equipped with flashes. Is that correct?
Yes.
The SMG players that have
like,
to make those quick.
Like this and flash here.
Yeah. Okay.
But even if I don't have a support from a teammate, I like to go here. That's the pick to shoot situation. Same like on defense. Going for the pick.
Okay. That's a very interesting position there, right there. You have to have the right timing though. If you're there, you have to get some kind of luck.
I mean, if you're here with a scope alone and you're really making pressure on B, and there's one of A,
definitely.
He will go here.
Yeah.
Jump up, go into the window, go there.
Yeah,
Maybe you are unlucky and he's going here. But in most cases you will pick someone here. Or it's a stairs.
I mean, this A bomb spot is in comparison to the B bomb spot, it's much more close range. And you have actually you have like a kind of straight line of sight as a scope player, you know. On the B bomb spot, you have to look way more right, you have to look way more left. If you're standing at the top of that house behind you right now, on that balcony, you don't really have to move too much right and left if you're aiming down sight.
Right.
So, see, I mean, you still have a pretty wide spectrum of view on that A bomb spot.
Yeah, that's right. But sometimes it's very dangerous to go here. It's just like the B house. I mean, maybe you're sitting here and he sees your weapon, or you just try to kill someone and there's a second one here, and he just wallbangs the shit out of you.
Okay.
So sometimes it's a good position, sometimes it's better not to go here.
Yeah, so definitely very interesting positions here on Raid. Let's switch over to our last map for tonight. Our last map's gonna be Overflow. Also a really nice map. Not one of my favorites, but it is a great map. In my opinion, again,
I think it's underrated.
It is underrated. That might be true. Yes, that might be true. It looks to me like it's gonna come out still big in the future, because I think the teams are gonna get really good on it, and I think if you are really good on Overflow, you can own everyone, because
Overflow.
Overflow, yeah.
So we go for Overflow, not slums.
No, we're going for Overflow, yeah, no problem. Yeah, like I was saying, I think if you play the positions strongly that you have to play, and those positions are talked off between your team before the match, you can really dominate on this map, because everyone kind of has their line of sight, even if you're just an SMG player.
Yeah, so having the right line of sight is very important on this map.
Definitely,
very important.
Very important on this map, yeah.
So let's start on defense. I don't think what most scope in the community are doing here, but I like to go in the mid or on B long, because the A spot is not a spot that is going to be rushed very fast, you know. my opinion. So mostly you have one or two of your teammates going into the bank, and another one on the A spot, something like this. Mostly covered.
Yeah, I think if you start off with defense, yeah. I mean, is this a position you would play right now as a scope to check
This one
those
right
rushers?
here.
To check if
Yes.
those rushers are rushing into that bank.
Definitely, even if there's a smoke coming.
Okay.
Just go like this and pre-fire. Sometimes I just pick a pistol, so I know, oh, there was a hit blip.
Exactly.
Nice, someone is
Yeah.
going B help. The bank. And even if there's a smoke, most of the times you can see the crosses going, show you.
Okay.
On top of that, trying to nade, flash and jump in here. It's sometimes very good call to say someone's going there. What on B, there are some positions I dislike this one. Most people go here, but
Do you know if you
Nowadays-
can see the shadows on the floor if you're in that position right now?
I can't tell. I have shadows off.
Okay.
Much performing. Yeah, I don't like this spot because mostly people do a nade from there or somewhere here, just to right here. So maybe it would be better to go like this, wait for them, maybe a little bit offensive here.
Yeah. But you in this position, do you play this alone? I mean, in my opinion, if you are
No,
strong
never,
with
never
okay,
alone.
okay,
Sometimes I take, if I have a good spawn, like here, I pick an MSMC and another one going for a nade, so I can push here, do a flash, rush into the garage, very offensive.
and
pick
that
this one.
you do that with the pistol, or do you,
No, with an
with the
weapon, I
SMG?
don't- Yeah,
Okay.
MSMC. So but most of the time I have someone here with me trying to get into this building, and I'm just covering him. Because
Okay.
if you have this building, you have the base spot. You have the guys trying to approach to the bank. Guys here, sometimes here. So this position is very important.
Definitely. That position for the
So mostly I'm not really going for the kill because I just try to cover, you know, for a short moment. And if I know they're going A, then I just switch behind this or this one. The blue house is a good position to pick the guys on this broken ship and stuff, like here. But it's also, again, such a paper position.
yeah. I mean, we've seen these walls being really spammable in this game.
Yeah, they are. On the A spot, there are really a lot of good positions. I mean, behind here, you have to be careful for nades and stuff, but you can see the short way, you can see the long way. Sometimes you can go here, look like this, like that. Even going here, waiting for them behind the spot. Not often, but sometimes. But there's not so much for scope anymore.
I mean, that A bomb spot definitely is pretty close. I think that is definitely more dominated by that like SMG plays on you know, in my opinion. Because if we get a push now, if you were in that in that position where you just were, and there would be 3 players spamming onto the A bomb spot and running and rushing you, you would have definitely to try and get the first frag and then play
Right.
very defensively. So
but as I said, you try to have at least one guy in here.
the bank,
Because
yeah.
He knows that this position is pretty much covered from someone in the B house, or from the scope, so he can concentrate on this. Or just camp here, wait for the steps, or for someone to call their short A, so you mostly have this double positioning. Also, you're not alone on the A spot, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And so the B spot, you like you showed before, you would play very offensively then. So you never play the B spot defensively in a position like where you are now.
Just sometimes. I mean, this position is always, or not always, but sometimes really much naded. So
Yeah.
if they fail the nade like here, or they know you are hiding here, they will probably coming a nade bouncing on your head.
Okay.
So you can go sometimes here.
So
There are a
you,
lot of
so
possible
they
positions.
throw the nade against the wall, which bounces exactly onto your position then.
Right.
Okay, so let's switch over then to the attack side.
What I like to do is, as I said, this building is very important. So you can't really do something in the mid or going directly in the bank if you don't know if someone is there, because it's such a good position. So I like to rush this building at the beginning. We're spawning here, so just go here, and I'm the first one on the position,
That's
and he will
very
be like,
interesting to know that the
it
timing.
would be something like here now.
Yeah, the timing for that spawn.
So it would be like 6, 5, 4, 3 and go.
Okay.
So if I know he's not crossing, I try to approach with another one. Then again, I'm going to cover.
So
Going to sneak in.
you don't play this side and this banana here on that back side. You do not play as offensively as if you're playing defense. Because you said before you would go through here and go offensive with the pistol into the garage where you just are in.
It was an MSMC, not with a pistol, but yes.
Sorry, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, with the
I mean, as I said on the other maps, sometimes you just want to know how they are playing. And of course, if you see they don't have that good nades here or right in this room, of course I will lay down my scope and try to rush it.
looks like
You don't know if you're going to kill him or not. If not,
Yeah.
then you don't have a scope.
yeah. So it looks like the offensive side is a little bit more defensive, even though you're playing offensive. Is that correct? Can you?
Yes.
Okay. Is it the same on the A-bomb spot? Do you ever play the A-bomb spot with a scope?
Which side, defense or attack?
Attack. In your position right now. If you would, if you were to say, okay, we're gonna play A.
Of course.
So
There
you.
are lots of position A too.
Okay.
Of course, the hole in the wall is interesting, but
Yeah.
like I said, very dangerous. So try to go behind the ship and look the short way, like here, because right behind this wall there's another wall. This position I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
And you can just wait for him to look around.
Very interesting lines of sight that you're showing here. I think that's definitely going to be great information for.
What I also like is going here
the
and
viewers.
just wait for someone who wants to have a kill, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stepping out of the bank and boom. I never saw someone camping right here, so I like to go offensive here. Wait if someone is behind this edge. Here or here. Not, you can even go here. Watch this one. Then another one from your teammates will go here. Cover like this. Or even like this.
If you
So
are in this,
the bank is.
I mean, but if you are in this
safe.
position where you are right now, you probably
Yeah.
already are totally on the spot. I mean, you don't just you normally
Of course,
can't
of
just
course.
walk to this spot where you are right
It's
now.
after you killed one or two guys.
Yeah. So after you take the pick on that A-bomb spot,
Right,
probably
then it
smokes go
depends.
out, and then
Are my people going right here?
yeah.
Or is the bank covered? If the bank is covered, you can try to go here and just wait for the ones come on the long side of the spawn, or this blue building here. But mostly, I mean, if A is going to be planted, where do you want to go with the scope? You can't just
Yeah.
hide somewhere behind
Yeah, you
here.
can't definitely. I
You
mean,
have to go a bit offensive.
and actually the only line of sight that you really have on that A-bomb spot is the one you're currently looking at right now.
Yes. Totally true.
Great. So I think we covered the maps we wanted to talk about today. If we just quickly one more time in the end talk about the differences now about the scoping in COD4 in comparison to Black Ops 2 from a map point of view. If you think of a map like Crash, which was probably one of the most played maps in COD4, How was scoping on that now? If you just compare that with a map like Standoff.
Well, I mean, Standoff is almost the same because you can play either the way with rushing or playing slow.
Yeah.
You have a big mid area, but I think you can't really compare these two maps, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Because on Crash you have lots of other positions.
Well, great.
On top
I think
of buildings and stuff.
I think it was definitely informative for everyone who's going to be also watching this in the video on demand section. Thank you guys for listening in. Thank you very much, Augur. I think it's going to be a great information, like I've said, for the viewers. We're going to bring you great content, also matches for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in the next few weeks. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Just check out those social media channels, and we'll be back with you watching great Black Ops 2 content as soon as possible. I'm your host, ESLTV Tev, and I'll see you next time.